Hi everyone, and welcome again to my audiovisual channel. My name is Gabriela Handal, I am a draftsman, and today I want to talk to you about a quote that I have been quoting in different episodes of my podcast, A Conversation About Art, and it's a Camille Paglia quote that says, "Art is not the servant of any ideology." That quote has stuck with me quite a lot. I remember having posted it in my stories on Instagram and a person replying that that's stupid because a work of art always has like the ideology and the ideas and thoughts and values or whatever of the artist. The reason for which it stuck with me is because, well, I agree a lot with it, and I agree a lot with it based on personal experience because the drawings that I made for my thesis at the New York Academy of Art, which were self-portraits as a victim, I kind of sabotaged that work by associating them with not just with the experience. I don't think that's necessarily the negative, what brought on the negativity, but by associating them with feminism and like all this men are oppressors type stuff. Which, I chose to do. But that was a mistake because the work, it just always feels like the reaction from the viewer is negative, and the viewer always has more often than not has this reaction of kind of feeling bad for me and how brave I am and oh my god, you're talking about this and stuff, and it's like I never had a fucking problem talking about this. So anyway, that's my fault, obviously, for making the association with the work to begin with. But so that's kind of personal experience example of why I personally agree with the quote. However, talking with people on my podcast and just thinking about different works of art, like the really good stuff from the past and stuff, Leonardo da Vinci was a devout Christian, Michelangelo, like these guys, the pre-Raphaelites, William Holman Hunt was very concerned with being, like, as an artist, being a good representative, like a worthy representative of English art. So like all of those things, you could easily argue that they're ideologies. Alphonse Mucha also, or I've heard it pronounced Mucha, I don't know how you pronounce that, but anyway, he was also very proud of Slavic, I don't remember where he's from, but he would put the flowers and the flag, not the flag, but like the dress and this type of stuff. And those are works. I'm just bringing up those examples because it's clear the example of a work of art that at least in part has the intent or message, as far as the artist is concerned, message of an ideology or of a specific idea is there. Like, that is very common and very prevalent. So I guess I agree with the person who tippy-tapped at me in Instagram stories about how, like, at least in the moment when the artist makes the work, the work or the artist intends to put a message into the work or hopes that the work of art will carry a message, the message that they intend with the work of art. Where that branches off into two different things, I think, and that's kind of like the realization, sort of, in quotes, right? And the reason for which I wanted to talk about it in a video The place where I think that branches off is when the work of art is good versus when the work of art is trash. Okay, because the reason for which we still like Alphonse Mucha, Leonardo da Vinci, and Wilhelm Holman Hunt, Millet, Rossetti, is because the work was good, is good. You know, because for example, in the case of the pre-Raphaelites, Holman Hunt, he did a lot of his paintings were illustrations of poetry. Tennyson, I think it was, a poet, like the narrative of the poem and stuff. And then Holman Hunt got very, very religious, and he started painting religious scenes. For example, Millet also he painted a lot of religious scenes, because, you know, these men were Catholic as well, so then that's also part of what they want to talk about in the work. But then, because the work was good, and I actually think that Millet was better than Holman Hunt at his, you know, painting. I like both, but I think Millet was better. He was a prodigy, in my opinion. The work was just really good, that whatever message they meant to put into the work kind of doesn't matter, because how long have these guys been dead? How long has Michelangelo been dead? It's been centuries. And it's like, the message that you put into the work is not really going to last that long. So then what's going to carry the work on is the quality, the visual quality of it. And so this also reminds me of something that Robert Florjak said. I don't remember if he said it on the episode he was in my podcast, or in an interview of his that I heard. But this refers to, if we're talking about visual art, it is the visual quality, the visual aesthetic, compositional, technical quality of the work which carries the work, which gives it its true value. Because it's that visual quality that allows the experience of beauty and just contemplation and appreciation in the viewer. And if the work of art doesn't have that quality, that visual quality, it won't stand the test of time, I guess. And, you know, if you think about other works of art, certain modern contemporary type stuff, and not that it's all bad, because of course it's not. I've talked to plenty of artists who have really good work now, living artists, you know. Yes. And the problem with some of that work, it's like when somebody puts a brick in a pedestal in a museum, for example, that brick will usually be accompanied by a really long press release, or by a little plaque beside it with title and stuff, and a plaque with a paragraph explaining what the work of art means. And then that means that work, and it's like, if you as a viewer don't understand that work of art unless you understand the paragraph explaining the work of art, then that's obviously a problem in terms of that work being a visual work of art. Because if you're reading, instead of observing the shapes and colors and shadows or whatever of the visual work of art, then that's obviously a flaw in the work of art. And I want to mention something that I already mentioned. Maybe I should make another video about it. That it's part of the perceived elitism of art. I'm pretty sure, or I'm speculating really hard, hypothesizing really hard, that it comes from modernists and postmodernists themselves who make this trash art that is the brick on the pedestal, and then they're like, yeah, this means capitalism, man, it's gonna fall on your head and fuck you up, or something really stupid like that. And then when you as a viewer look at the thing and don't get their stupid explanation, they think you're dumb because you don't get art. So then art is really not that complicated. So then it's a problem of like, I'm proposing something to you and then I can't explain it to you so that you understand. And so like, who has the problem there? It's obviously me, because I can't explain the thing. You see what I'm saying? So then that is a flaw when it comes to a work of art that does not stand on its own visually. And a work of art stand on its own visually when it has quality, when it looks good, when it's enjoyable, and you want to kind of spend time looking at it. You want to spend time, invest time looking at it, because the experience of looking at it is enriching. And it just makes you feel good, and it inspires you. You want to be better, you want to, I don't know, something like that. And so I guess it's kind of maybe two sides of something. It's like, visual, ideology on visual on one side and ideology on the other. So if you have way too much of the ideology, it's like the visual becomes irrelevant. And then the work of art itself is just useless. Because it's like, what is the fucking point of the art? Write a manifesto and then go fuck yourself, Like, leave the work of art alone. Just don't do the art. Just write your little manifesto, write a zine, something like that, be a little DIY rebel type stuff. Don't do the art. Or you could instead do the really difficult thing and make an actually good work of art, and then it can be your messenger while you're alive, and then your work of art hundreds of years later will still be good when you're long dead, and your ideology, nobody gives a shit about it anymore. That's better, I think. Because for example, I also like Ernest Messonnier a lot. His work is amazing. And he was out there painting Napoleon and his victories and all this army stuff, You could easily argue those are ideological things. I don't remember whether he agreed with that stuff or not, but I think he did. But I don't give two single shits. It's like I don't give one single shit about the Napoleonic Wars. I mean, I haven't read about them. I don't know, whatever. Like, I don't care enough to read about them. But then that doesn't matter, because what is still here is his work. And his work is awesome. And then that is what really matters. And so, like, that makes me think of art for art's sake, which I haven't really done much research on the origins or meaning of that. But it makes me think of that, I guess, and I suppose another time I will talk about that. Anyway, have you heard of Camille Paglia? I think I will link the lecture that I'm talking about, because it's a really good one. It's she talks pretty often about art, and she's really smart about it, or at least I generally like what she says about art. What do you understand by the quote, "Art is not the servant of any ideology"? And I also really like it because, of course, art is above any ideology. Ideologies, and I mean, what is an ideology? I guess I'm thinking of it in the modern, kind of more modern sense. Of things that are like in vogue in a way. Kind of in vogue. And there's like two teams or something. And if you discover that the person that you're talking to is of the other team because they said a specific thing about a specific subject, then you're like, what? I will go to war with you, or I'm not going to talk to you anymore because my values don't align with your values, and that kind of cliche ass shit. Values is a very overused word right now, and it's really annoying. Like a trendy word. Anyway, that's what I think of with the quote. And one of the other many things that I think about with the quote. And yeah, art is not the servant of that type of ideology. Art is way above that. And I've definitely seen work that it tries to be message more than it is art. And that really, it's like propaganda so quickly. And it's usually really fucking ugly or subpar. I don't care for it. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Tell me what you think about the quote, about Camille Paglia, about art, about ideology, about art and ideology. Yes. Thank you very much for watching and or listening and or reading as well, because I am subtitling everything lately. Yes, thank you very much for your time, and have a great day.